I appreciate you joining me today, Andrew. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us why you're running for Bellingham City Council?
Okay, I'm Andrew Redding. I'm a public policy professional. I'm currently a charter review commissioner for Whatcom County, which is where I met you.
Yep.
And where we became friends. But now I'm running for Bellingham City Council because we have the fourth most unaffordable housing in America, and that's not okay. I'm running against a four-term, 16-year incumbent who represents the perspectives that created this mess through overregulation and wanting to keep those regulations in place. These are regulations that make it very difficult to build. In particular, there are regulations against density, but density is the only way that you can fix the land cost problem at this point, because we're not going to be able to reduce the cost of land. It's the one thing we can't change. But if we can have more housing on the same amount of land, that splits the land costs and makes it more affordable through market mechanisms. But we have to allow the market to work there. I'll give you an analogy. It's as if we had a restriction in Bellingham on that said you can buy automobiles, but only if they're SUVs, or only if they're Teslas, and only if they're, luxury sedans. But you can't buy compacts or subcompacts or motorcycles or whatever, right? So if we did that, most people in Bellingham would not be able to afford a motor vehicle. Well, we've done the same thing with housing. We said you can buy any of those more expensive things, but we've made it impossible to do starter homes, impossible to do the kinds of homes for people who are retired and no longer want a big home, right? Those kinds of things we've simply ruled out, and we've made it impossible through all kinds of very complex rules. And we've also been difficult with not only with home building, with businesses, by saying that you have to go through a lengthy process of review. And we've made it so I'm wanting to replace that with a system where, as long as you build to a much simpler code that reduces from 434 zones to 6 zones, you can do so by right. And at the same time, it also eliminates the delays, the interminable delays that also add cost. So I think we need to fix the system that's made the market unable to deliver, in the same way as if, we had those restrictions on cars. I would be wanting to say, no, you can have cars of any size, cars at any price point, but we need to open up the market to make it feasible for people to get those cheaper homes that are also more efficient. They're more energy efficient and so forth, so it's less expense in terms of taxes, less expense in terms of fees, less expense in terms of heating and cooling. And it also means you don't necessarily have to do everything by automobile, which can save you money there. It's also allowing for greater local businesses, because the more people you have per acre or per neighborhood, the more local businesses are able to get established. So it's business development as well.
So thanks for joining me today, Andrew. Where can people learn more about your campaign?
You can go to peopleforandrewredding.com. That's my website with tons of details about my proposals, both on housing and other issues. It also has my endorsements on there. They're quite extensive. And it also offers other opportunities for ways you can help my campaign, ask for a yard sign, endorse my campaign, donate. There's a donation page as well. I need donations in order to be able to reach everybody by mailer.
Yeah, and I know you have a lot of support, and especially bipartisan support. So I look forward to seeing you cross the finish line in November.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.